Not a lot of space today. But hey ho. That's a lot of space today, I'm afraid, my lovely jubblies, but I don't really need a lot of space today. Just chilling my head out and I just chilling. Right, okay, I'm a bit, like I said, I'm a little bit squidged. So I've tried to put all, oh it's freezing, I've tried to put all the stuff out where it should be. So I'll explain what I've got today. I've got my pad, and I've got some little, 3 little piggies, okay, and I've got my sketchbooks, I've got some wonderful pencils, and I've got some old pieces of work there, and some oil pastels. So, oh, I'll have to say a quick hello to everybody. So I've got some oil pastels, you can use any pastels, pencils, whatever you want. I've got some papers here, so these are some scruffy bits. So I found some like pieces that are dead. This is what I did for the lovely ladies at Stamp Addicts. That was their piece, that's their stamp. I love that stamp. And some, I like this one as well, which is slightly different. Anyway, yeah, I've got all sorts of bibs and bobs. Bibs and bobs, bobs and bibs. Right, so, okay. Old papers, halos. Do you know what, Kim, if you're watching, I've still got yours. And Marianne, I've still got yours. I am so sorry. I am terrible. But my head's been in bits. I've got a lot going on at the moment and a house with no heating. So I'm a bit topsy-tailed at the moment, so please forgive me. A lot of rubbish going on, so it's like that. And no heating, like I said, which is colossal in this heat. It's blooming freezing here. Anyway, so let's have a little look, see who, ooh, let's see who we've got. It's lovely to see people. Absolutely, makes my day. Hello Sally, hi Michelle, hi Kim, hi Jenny, hi Audrey, hi Sue, hi Liz, hi Thelma, hope Michael's okay. Tell him not to do too much. Hi Philippa, mwah! Hi Linda, hi Julie, hi Linda, hi Emma, Asa, oh you've been a granny, excellent, oh. And Philippa has all these grannies. Oh, Sydney, Ronald, John. Hey, get in. Those old names are coming back, aren't they? Well, they've never gone out really, have they? A proper good old, you know, recognisable name. It's just like to get the kids at school, and you'd be like, you could never see. Hello, Pidge. I don't know you well enough to call you like that, but never mind. You know, it says it there. Hi, Joe. Oh, hi Jane, hi Linda, you're 91. Oh, you know, I think about times with my dad and my mum, and I'm just like, it's heartbreaking, but very, I don't know, sometimes I just think, you know, we say just give me one more minute. But yeah, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, oh, so okay, I've also got some special papers, but I want to create some halos. I'm using the Faber-Castell. Oh, forgot about these. The Faber-Castell. This is another technique we could do, isn't it? We could do that on these. Oh, these are some really oh, that's quite nice. That's the dodgy faces. Anyway. Okay, so got my pad, I've got my papers, I've got some other stuff there. If you haven't got papers that you want to use, don't worry too much. You could just use anything really. I've got unlimited supplies at the moment because I'm trying to sort everything out. So I have got some in this book here. I've got pencil, I've got burnisher. I'm trying to stop having all my stuff everywhere. I'm trying to put my stuff in proper places. Does that make sense? I'm hoping. And the pastels I'm using are the ones I brought to TV before. These are the Talons, the Art Creation. So these are the junior sort of entry ones. No less quality, but very good to use. The punches. Bear in mind with oil pastels, you can get watercolour pastels which are cool as well, but where with them, they're the last step because you can't work over the top. Let's see who else. Hi Richard! Hello Liz! Linda! Maggie! Oh Cornwall! Oh Cornwall! Hi Susan! Oh, it's so nice to have some gentlemen. Sounds like alright. Oh, I sound like a bit dodgy, don't I? So let's have a look at some papers, okay? We've done this before. You've all got them. I presume we've all got them. These are some dodgy papers. Now I've only got a little table, so it's all a bit mad today. So I'm looking at our field, and these are really clean ups. This is when I clean up my Jasmina. Beautiful name. Hello Susan. These are all clean ups. Now I've used these before. They do look quite nice done. And then we've got these. That's more or less a finished, not finished, but it's alright. I don't want to use that. But I quite like that. That's a nice little image done. Yeah, so I'm looking at some of the stuff I've done and thinking, right, I've got to use some of these because at the moment I'm just not bothering using them and I need to get it done. So I'm going to look at perhaps I see I've got this big one here as well. Oh, look at these. Forgot about these. Now I've got tons more. Got absolutely tons more, but it all depends on what I use. Hi Deb, hi Roz. Right, so these are some of the papers that I've created before, and it all depends on your feeling that day. These are some, as you've seen before, and we created some great artwork the other day using these. So let's have a look at these. These are quite interesting, aren't they? These are quite interesting. They're quite interesting as they are, aren't they? I quite like them as pieces of work in their own right. I don't know, sometimes, Linda, I totally agree with you, so you quite like that. I really like that. And I really like that. Oh, I don't like that. Well, I'll use this one. See, this has got another one there. I really like that one, but I've used that one, so that's a clean up. I could use that. I'll go with that one. And then it's pretty neutral. Well, oh, stop going over yourself. It's pretty neutral. See, I love that, but at the moment I think it's a little bit too bright for what I want to do. But it would look brilliant just cutting out my little sections on it, because it more or less fits this one, I think. You know, yeah, it does. Anyway. I am going to use them. I am using. Hello, Wendy. Hi, Susan. Mary. Hi. Hey. Right. Okay. So, halos. Halos are very simple to do, and it's all about how you want to sort of, how you feel. So I'm going to use this paper, and it's just a bit of scrap. It was a clean up, but sometimes these clean ups are absolutely stunning. So you can see I've got a little bit of orange. Well, it's not, well, it was crud, but you know. Now what you need to do is just tear whichever way you want and get it so that you can punch out. See, I'm interested in this line here. And this is where, I'll show you now, this line here was where it all sort of didn't go right to the edge. But I've got these really nice colours that I can play with. So we can do a series of colours, 2, 4, 6. I might not be able to get 6 done today, but what I might do then is just here, just going to go in with my digi one. Now this is the same part paper, I know it is because I cleaned it. So what I've got is arrangements here. Of like contrasts. Now, am I not? Down. What's up with this? Right. So I've got some little diddy ones as well. Alexa, play traditional Chinese music, please. Right. So
traditional Chinese music on Amazon Music.
Okay, so I've got these. I've cut them out. They're not very interesting like that, are they? But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give myself some spaces to draw in. So the first thing is I'm just going to draw myself a simple, you can use the edge of your paper if you want, I mean there's no point in me even doing that, so I'm just cutting that bit off. So I've got 6. So I don't forget you can use the other side of the paper. So there's my 6. So if I think there, I hope you can see that. It's a bit dodgy, I know. But I've got 6 panels. Okay. I do like the idea of them being square because I think squares, and I think these are a bit insipid today. I really do. I might have to go for something a little bit darker. Something with a bit more See what these look like. See, I might go for them. Bring it. I have done the focus on this, but for some reason it's not doing its thing today. Right, so just to show you, I've got these bright ones, or I've got these, so you choose whatever you want. Anyway, we've got our divisions. So I'm looking and I'm thinking about, again, I think there's something really simple and lovely and easy about leaves. Hello, Denise. So if I sort of choose quite simple shapes, and then we'll do a halo around them, and we'll draw first then halo, and then that way we can create a theme, do our main piece, and then maybe work over the top with, you know, like a simple drawing, line drawing, anything. Right, so what I'm going to do is just give myself too much space. Well, I don't mean too much space, but what I mean by that is enough space, so I'm not worried about trying to keep to this space, because this is right. So I don't need to put that on yet, but I'm just going to draw. Let's draw something simple with a pencil. There we go. So first thing we're going to do is just draw the line that we need. Try and do it darker for you. So I'm trying my best to stay. Move my book up. Hello, Karen. Hi, Jackie. Like that. What's with this camera today? It might be my eyes. So I've got my line in, and I'm just going to do V's. Now I'm not finished, not leaving it like this, but it's just to create a little V and then we do for at the end. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I can put in, right, I'm using a number 3, yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a really simple shape. Now I'm going to show you on the back of this so that you can see the shape I'm drawing. So I've done that. I'll draw it in black for you. I've done that like that, okay, and I've done that. So the next thing is I want to create a round shape around it. So where I've done my V's, that sort of shows where the lines are going to be. So I'll do some more. Okay, so we've got different V's. Okay, so just going to do some on here. I've done a lot, so what I might do is change them up a little bit. So the first one I'm going to do is put the top one on. Main plant, and it's sort of running that way through it. Give it a little bit, and I'm going to just look at this, and I quite like the idea of that line. See here, let me hold it up. There's a bit of a line going through that. It's only a simple one. Hi Michael. So there's a bit of a line there. So if I sort of put that on line with that anywhere I want, there we go. So I've put the line through that, and I'm looking at that thinking I've just got a little bit of add to that. I'll move it in a minute to show you. Can you see how it's sort of on and off? So it's on and off there. So we do 2. Like that. So it's quite oriental feeling. Hi Kim. Oh, I hope you're feeling a bit better, sweet. I've been following your line and you're saying that you're not well at all, are you? So here, I'm just going to draw the inner line. If it's a little bit faint, I like starting off with a smaller version, and then it sort of sets me up for what I want to do now. So I've done that, quite happy with that. I'm going to rub out what I don't need. Hopefully it's dried. I think I needed, if I weren't doing it on the TV, if I weren't doing it on the camera, I think I would have used something a bit finer, because the pen is quite, I'll use a thingy pen, but this'll, the pen's quite, I know it's only a 0.3, but it seems to have grown, because they do splay out a little bit. So I've got that on there. All I'm going to do now is just very lightly draw around it. So I've got my circle. So what is a halo? A halo is really simple. It's just something that creates interest around your work. So I've got the circle where I want it to be. I sort of don't, any circle, Alexa, level 1 please. It's a bit loud that, isn't it? So the next thing I'm going to do, you could use this.
I'm not sure about that.
Alexa, level 1 please. There we go. So what I've done now is I've picked a selection of colours that I'm going to do a halo. Right, the reason is blue, green. Oh, hi Janet. Yeah, Jane, I remember your arm. You sat knitting. I was in front room, wasn't I? Let me in front room. Didn't even have to take my shoes off. Kim, sorry to hear that. At least you know what you're doing now. So we've got that, and I've got my red colours. So sorry, to get back, it's a, how can we explain it? A halo is created like almost like a sunlight or a moonlight behind it, or like almost a gold or silver would be sort of iconic as well. So we're creating interest. And these, I don't know why these, is that mould? Got no heating. No, it's not mould. Anyway, so the first thing go today is just on the inside of that. Create a colour. Just a little bit like that. Now the reason I'm using these is because these are opposite. Oh, you can see the oil coming through. That's what it is. It's a, what you call it. It's the oil in the product. And you will get this. It's natural. So I've just come inside my line so I don't start right on it. And then I'm adding the next dark colour. Don't use too much. But because I've already laid down that first colour, I won't have a huge sort of blast with it. Now, can you see? So, orange opposite these colours on the wheel gives it pop. So, I'm just going to take it a little bit further. So now I've built these colours up, I can go in with a little bit more with the lightest. Yeah, I've had to take a thread off the group page only because I don't really like people comparing each other. So it's through that I've taken it off, nothing else. I'm not in the habit of, you know, one person pitting against another. So yeah, I've just taken it off. Each to their own, I say, each to their own. What I'm doing now is blending it out a little bit. I don't like threads like that anyway, they don't really serve much purpose to me. I've got a little bit of colour coming out. I don't want too much dark colour, because if I add too much dark colour then I'm going to take the emphasis completely away from what I want, which is the calmness of the green. But it's a big fight now. It's a big fight, so what you do need is clean fingers, and you need really, you see how little I've used. So let's go back in now. It's a halo. So hello Claire. So we've got this little line drawing with tiny little line drawing, nothing to it, with a punch from an old paper drawn over it, and there's different ways we're going to use that. It's very simple, very, very simple idea. So now let's look at this one, okay? We've got the orange one. Okay, now you could still do it like that, but we'll put that one in. So we've got this one here. The first thing you can do, if you wish, is when you've chosen the one you want, just give yourself an idea of where it's going to be. I've just seen it there. You can just see it. Sorry, it's a bit... I'll do it darker for you, and then that way you can see. So I've chosen orange as my main colour. So what I will have to do is put a different colour around this. And the reason you do that is because you want it to be... you want it to sort of highlight, but in a different way. So what we need to do now is think, do we want this as the centre of a flower? Do we want this outside, inside? Do we want to create, you know, there's all sorts of elements that you can do. Or do you just want to create a beautiful pattern with it? And there's, the world's your oyster. So I'm going to do some of my patterns out of my book. So I'm just looking at this now and I'm thinking, I love the idea of I don't know, there was a big, I might try another one like that where it's part of it. Yeah, so I'll take that off. So I'm just going to start here. And I'm drawing like, it's almost like an eye shape really, where it'll have a line through it like that, with possible pattern. Yeah, liking that. So it's the main focus will there again be this wonderful pattern, but the pattern will be in this, so I have to be a bit careful where I want it. So the pattern of lines going this way, if I put it there, it's sort of it confuses the eye. So if I put it there, it'd probably work a lot better. Hi Sue. Yeah, I love curves as well. And this could almost be like part of a come down, part of a, I had the focus off, why has the focus gone on now? Part of a bigger flower, so to speak. So I'm just going to go straight in. So okay, so you can see the shape now. If I wanted to, I could add more leaves, but I think I'll make this the main pattern. So I'm just going to draw this in. So I've got something to see. Quite like that. See, we could even have that going off there if we wanted. So I've put that back on. It's sort of disappeared now, but I could use that. But again, it thingies the eye. So what I'm going to do is, just while it's there, I'm just going to get an orange. And I wouldn't normally do this because I like the colour of the papers, but I don't want it to be confusing it, so I'm just going to colour the paper a little bit. Now I know I'm using this, but hopefully that'll be on the side so it won't have as much impact for when I draw on it. That's better. Can you see? Right, okay, so I'm going to put that back on. That's miles better now, and I'm going to redraw the whole thing on it. So let's go with this one. So I'm drawing the line through the middle. And if you're not sure, I might draw that off actually there. Right, I've done another one there, so what I might do is just put a couple there just to compensate it. So it looks a bit strange at the moment, but it won't matter because I'm doing this. So I've done that. I'm just going to join the lines up. You can just see here where the wax, the oil pastels just stopped it, and this has just come off here. Now if this happens with your pen, don't worry too much, get your nail file on it. So I'm just going to go over these lines here and put some detail in. Right, so put some little dots there just to give it a little bit more of a sort of feel to it. Now I'm using orange as the main colour in this is being orange, so what I need to do is do the opposite of orange, which is blue. So I'm going to get a similar idea. I'm going to go in with a, I think that's aqua, go in with a light. This is where you pick up a white to start with because I don't want to create too much depth. I want some, or I can use an aqua colour with this. So let me show you what I mean. I could use these colours with the white as well, which is a duck egg and a blue, but it's entirely up to you what you want to do. I'm going to use the light blue. Now my advice is when you're using this, I've got a little bit of orange on there, but I'm not worried. Get the white. Oh, she says, before you do that, rub out any lines. Okay, now you can sort of put this on now you know where it is. So this time what we're going to do is outline this. And I'm using white because it doesn't really matter if it goes over the flower or over the line. Now I've got a bit of orange on my fingers, but never mind. What's a bit of orange between friends? So I'm just blending that out to give it, almost gives it a warmth actually. And that's just me making excuses for having mucky fingers. So a little bit of blue. You can use a tortillon. You can use anything like that. And then keep going back in with your white if you want it to be paler. It's entirely up to you. Go a little bit more blue actually. But now you've got that bed of colour, use cotton bud if you want. Sort of turn this mucky green colour, but never mind. I'm just going to check the colour out whether it wants a little bit more. I think it needs a bit more, so I'm going to go in. See, you can do this. So get rid of my orange finger. That's better. And if you want it to be create a shape, then create a template, and then you can just draw up to the template sort of thing, like a mask. There we go. And again, if you want it lighter, go back in and use your white to just give it a bit of a zhuzh. So I'm going to go back in with this colour. Now this is two extremes, right, because we've got one that's halo from the inside. This is where we've drawn a shape, and now what we're adding is a halo around the shape and just adding a bit of technique to that. So loads of different ways of creating halos, but I'm just going to give it you really basically today. And then we'll put this in. Stick it to my fingers. See, now you see we've got that shape. And we can start to put some leaves on it and some little patterns. So you can go mad. So that's another one. And then what you do in this is can you see, darken them in. So we've got light, dark, light, dark. We've got a halo around it. They're two extremes. I prefer these actually, because that one, to me at the moment, unless I start to add some more detail, starts to look like a bit of an eyeball, and I don't want it to look like an eyeball. You know what I mean? I'm not into the eyeball at the moment. So I'm looking at this now, and I'm thinking I want a very simple, very, very simple shape. And I tend to get, I do this all the time, and I get overpowered by trying to put too much detail in something, when all you need really is a simple shape, a simple flower shape, simple petal shape, and I just go over the top as always. And instead of just thinking, oh, I'll just leave it nice and simple, oh no, Withers comes in with hundreds of different hand Rizwana, yes, but you can use any colour pastels you've got. It's entirely up to you. You can use watercolour pastels, that's what I mean to say, not oil pastels. Right, so where's the other book? Oh, this sketchbook. Right, the other one that I want to show you is, there you go. Right, what I did was I got the mini dinny ones, the dinny winny ones, mini diddy ones, not dinny, and I cut some shape colours out of there. I might have to cut some more actually. So the orange shape, so I'm just going to do some more. You know, if you want nice bright colours, I've got these here, so I'll use these. So the next one is, what the hell was that? Excuse me, someone's just hit the window. 1 minute. Bear with me. Sorry guys, won't be a minute. Got a funny feeling it was a bird. Wow, that was weird. Sorry guys, sorry. Yeah, something's just hit the window. That was so weird. Right, okay. Right, okay, so I've got my 3 little bits here. I'll do some more of these because I think these are pretty. So these could be used as really teeny weeny, like points of reference, or flowers, or these could be, you know, the little ideas that you've got for the middle. You could arrange them as flowers, anything. You've got so much sort of choice with these. And if we was to make like a little poser, I'll just do a square now to show you how So we've got this one here. Okay, I hope you can see that one there. And I'm looking at, I always like to sort of divide my page, and what I'm doing is I'm weighting the page. Okay, so if I've got the 3 like that, yeah, now what you can do is build from that. That's quite big. I don't want it that heavy, I don't want it that big, but it would stand them. How interesting that one looks. It would stand them. I could just put, you know, if I had the other colour, which is a bright colour, probably, can you see how they match? There's another idea. And then I've got the bright pink, and then the orange on the top. Sometimes with it, but anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to set a pattern up where we're just doing something really simple, and we're just going to be using those as influences. Okay, so the first thing I like to have is this idea of a space to draw in. Okay, so the first thing, I'm using the wrong pencils, I'm not comfortable drawing today. I'm going to rub these lines out because they're a little bit too much for me. So I like the idea of having this space. So we're going to, I'm just going to draw this quite big for you so you can see it. There we go. So if I've got something here, I need something here. But it doesn't really mind me too much at the moment. I just want to bring in maybe some patterns this way. So the first thing is I'm going to draw this in here, and that's like, I don't know, it's just going to cover up all the gubbins. And then so I've got 3 lines coming out of that which look a bit weird at the moment, and what I can do is use these as the starting points for them, and then add some really nice little detail to them, and then at the top just have one that hangs down or has a little bit of a reference to that. So let's work with this one. Okay, I've got another pen. That's rubbish. I've got a house full of pens. Blooming pens, where are you? Can't use that one, it's a burnisher in it. I thought it was. Right, okay, I'll use this one. So the first thing, I'm going to draw quite a nice, let me just draw a really nice little flower. So if I put them here, like that, so I've got the 3 on there, and we're just going to draw some shapes like that coming out. You could have them smaller if you wished. You could even, they would actually fit. They'd be a little bit big for it, but they would fit. I could almost use that in the corner as well, just to get rid of it, so I could have a bigger version of that and use that in the corner, and then just have remember when we draw the circles round them like that, and we do 12, these are really rough drawings because I'm going to start to draw them, so I've done these like little fine drawings there. Quite happy with them, and I'm going to do some fine drawing on top, so let's go for it then. So the first thing I'm going to do is just draw. Now the reason my pen's not working is because I've just used it on oil pastel. So just to show you, I'm just coming out of there, wiggle, 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 line up, wiggle, 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 line up. There we go. So I've just got that in there. Same shape, size, I mean, just changing the shape of the leaf petal. So, oops, that's gone behind there. Add a bit there, and then this one is a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So I'll take the things away in a minute so you'll be able to see. At the moment it don't look anything at all, I do agree. So we've got that in there, that there, and then I might change this because this looks a bit strange here. So that's better. That's much better. So I'm just going to draw in a very thin line. And I'm using a dotted line, very simple. Like that. And what I am going to do, put that there, put that there. Just going to draw like a V we did before. Okay, I'm waiting for that. I want it to be a lot finer than the other stuff because I don't want it to be as heavy. So I've only used dotted lines because not everybody wants to do big fine drawings. They might just want little ones. This might just be the edge of a, you know, a nice little piece of work that you've got, or it might just be where you've got ideas for other things, so you just want to bring papers together that match with it, and they look really dodgy at the moment. But if we start to think about the colours that we used, we've got the orange, so we're going to go with blues again, and we could just put 3 simple colours of blue, or blues there about. You could have very dark, very light purple blues, dark blues. So let's go with a blue there. Where's my white? Mix it with a white while it's still a little bit outside, not too much, just a halo like that. Then we'll go to the next blue. White. And another blue, slightly different colours, and I don't think there's much in it really, but it's a starting point for you. These are only like tiny little tidbits for you to use. Don't really need much white with that, but we'll go back with it. I'm just going to brush these out a little bit now. And what I would do is, to create some interest on there, I would get perhaps the colour that I've got. It's way too dark. The colour that I've got sort of on the flowers, to create like little backgrounds and stuff with it, so that like I'm adding the colour, but I'm adding it gently and not too much, like a bit of background with it or something. I think that's a bit darker. Just creating a little bit of interest. There we go. So we've got that in the background, created our little interest. Our little ones would be even better to do, because then what we could really go to town with some little colours. So let's go with the mid. If you put it on the edge on your paper and then bring it on, it doesn't cause as much of a mark on your paper. See? So right, I'm happy with that. Forget that, we're going to chop that out. So let's go with the colouring in now here. What I'm going to do is just pop these back in. Now we've got that nice bright pattern. I'm just going to add a little bit of a corner here. So darkest colour first. And the colour out, don't worry about background. Next colour, whichever colour it is that you're using, a tiny bit on the top. Again, this is a halo. You normally think of a halo around something, well, or a circular motion, but this is like, we're looking at it in a sense of highlight. So we've used the corner to highlight, and then we can do the same down here. We can bring this in here. So there's another form of halo. Quite like the idea of the orange down there. So loads of different ways of doing it. That needs so much more detail, but you get the idea of little details coming out all over it. I mean, you really do need to finish these off, because you're looking at these like not even a quarter of the way done. So you know, you're looking at these partly done, and nothing looks good part done. It's like having one eye with makeup on the other one without it, or you know, painting half a wall. It doesn't look right until you sort of put the whole thing together. And then you sort of like say, oh yeah, I quite like that now, but at the moment it looks really duff. But it's how things start. It really is how things start. Where's the book gone? So annoyed now. I thought I brought everything down. There's like half of flowers as well, midi flowers. I'm just going to draw a simple one of these again because I really like that. So I've got my lovely colours. Using this one, it's got a nice orange on it. So pencil. So I'm just going to draw there's my box. This is going to be so you could even use it as a sunset, you know, in the background as your horizon, like that. So you could have it as your horizon. So I know it's coming down a bit, but you could just put it like that and the line follows, and then you could have that, which we'll try. Well, I quite like that. Yeah. So we've got an horizon line. It's higher than halfway or lower than halfway. I think I might have it lower than halfway. Yeah, I like that. Can you see? So what I'm going to do then is really, you see, Right, going to draw. Oh wait, that's a bit dodgy. Going to draw the first bit in, which is this, like a branch, and it's got the, do you remember the love lies bleeding with the hearts on it? Like that. That's not the one I want, is it? Not drawing well today, guys. Drawing like not well at all. It's too big. I think if I draw the flowers on first. Right, so I'm just drawing, yeah, I'm getting a better feel for it now. I'm just drawing some flowers on. So this line is very, very heavy. It's not helping me at all, but I just like this idea of that being there, that being there. So I'm going to draw the whole of this on first. I'm going to use a pen, so I'm going to go very fine with this. Go. So I've drawn quite a fine thin line, and I've drawn another line there. And there's the leaf, like another plant leaf come in, and then I'm just going to so I'm just drawing some love hearts upside down. There we go. So I've just drawn the love hearts upside down. I'll get rid of some of the pencil lines now. That's a lot nicer now, a lot finer. So yeah, I've done that, but oh, where's the one with it? There it is. So basically I've got to join these up now. That's why I didn't draw a lot of line. So I've drawn that on top, which is quite simple. Drawn that on top. I need to draw my leaves in, so bear with me while I just join up the dots. I've got some stitching going on as well, because I've got a couple of shows coming up at the weekend, and I do really like them. I really do like them, so I'm very happy with how they're coming along. So here I just need to put a pencil line just to remind me that that's where it's going to be. Okay, so now what I need to know is Now you would put more in, but more detail than that. You won't leave it as dodgy as that. And really, we could do with purple and yellow, or black and white, red and green. You need a contrast or something like that. I'm going to go with the orange again because I think it's easier for you to see on the monitor as well. So yeah, I'm just going to put these back and get out some nice yellows and oranges. I'm not going to go so far in with the orange. I think I'll go for these more now. So again, draw around. You could use the back and blend off if you want. So I'm using the back of the what I'm using, which is the circle. So I'm using the back as the starting point. And then I'm keeping the darkest colour. You could do the darkest colour on the outside if you wish, but I prefer it the darkest colour on the inside. Go back in with a very light colour. Gelatos are good, pencil crayons are good, watercolour pencils. So I'll just take that off. You see it now. So I like how this works. Right, can you see what you can do now? Just missed it out a little bit, not put it back in the right place. So what I'm going to do, just put the dark colour in there, put it back on, and I've got a really nice halo with it. So I'll create this halo around it. It needs smudging out a little bit more, but then a bit more detail on these. Might not work with the pen being on wax. No, I don't really like it, you see. But then you would do another halo. So you've got that halo there where it's almost like the sea view. You could do that as the sun as well, but it looks like the sea through it, adding detail. We've got that one where that creates a halo there. We've got this one where you can create a halo in, and then you've got this dodgy one that needs finishing where you've got the little halos, and this looks a bit scrappy here, but you would do all sorts. So basic haloing, very simple to do, very, very simple. You're just highlighting a point that you want to highlight using your papers. You can do it as big as you want or as little as you want, and it's just about making sure that you understand that where you want to be highlighted is highlighted, and you're making the most out of the papers that we've got. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I hope you can all have a go. Just creating your own patterns, 4 little pieces of work. So many possibilities, Michael, you're right. And it's so simple to do, and these are great for like little buttons, because let's face it, if I don't like that dodgy one, I'm going to go on for, let's have a look at a few of these. Look nice, don't they? So change up as much as you want. Alright, so I will be around. I am flying down there, not flying basically. I'm going down there on Friday. I've got shows on Friday morning, so I will probably see you Wednesday. So let's do a quick drawing one on Wednesday. I'm just trying to think, Thursday, because I'm driving down, might not be an idea. We'll do it Wednesday. This next week, oh no, football. Oh no, I can do it Wednesday. Football is that night. Oh, that's why I had to change the last one. I do apologise. Should have been yesterday, but we was at football. Okay, so I will see you all. Make it a date on Wednesday, 12 o'clock. Sylvia, yeah, you can use black and white spotlighting. I think one of the things before I go is that it's got many turns of many names. And I think, you know, there's not always a one size fits all. Just like the person who prefers to watch other people and not me. That's cool. So, thanks very much for your time. I will see you Wednesday. So, bye.